Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. This is my review for Black King Cruise Chicago Season 7, Episode 3. Okay, let's just get into it because I have other videos to do, so I'm not going to even go through the whole thing. Y'all already know to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird. Y'all know to like the video and all of that jazz. Y'all know to follow me on social media and all of that jazz. That may be how I do these videos now on. Just saying to do that, okay, do all of that, and then do all of this and all of that jazz. Because I mean, it'd be so much, it'd be a mouthful, it'd be a whole mouth full. Okay, now do not forget this Thursday, the Ladies First panel is on Bondi Blues channel at 9:30. We have a special announcement that we will make, so make sure to be there or be square. Okay, let's get back to the episode. Okay, I feel like stuff happens, but I was like, did nothing happen? And I was imagining things. I'm not sure. So we have the. I'm here, yo. Let me see. I'm a pop in and out on screen, but I'm here. Okay. I can leave it for right now, but yeah. So we seen different things happening within the episode, mainly with Four and Don and Charmaine. Okay, those were the main things. Ryan really not being featured this season. I was like, Ryan, is you having everybody else do your dirty work? Not dirty work. I don't want to say dirty work, but I mean he's able to sit back and relax, okay, and just let other folks' storylines take, front and center. Because I do feel like over the years he has always been like a main cast member, so I guess he's earned his stripes to sit down and chill out, okay? But we see Ryan, Don, and Ford meet up or whatnot at a little shop to chit and chat with their friends. And he said how Don, who is the manager of Nine Mag, but he wants to have him like as like the events manager and not as a shop manager because Don is opening his own gym. Okay, and so he know Don gonna be busy building his own brand. So I can't really be dependent on him to be here with my people every day because that's just not realistic. So I'm like, it's good that Ryan's like, you know what? I'm not gonna fire Don. I'm gonna leave him around here to do some work, just not all the work. And Don is gonna have a little opening for his gym later on. Now, Ford brings up like for him and Nina still beefing. Him and Nina to me were never a real couple. Him and Nina to me was just banging. Him and Nina to me got caught up with no condom or condom broke. And then now they stuck in this predicament and she wants it to be more based on her being pregnant, not based on them having any kind of real relationship before she got pregnant. That's just my opinion or whatever. But he tells them how the meeting with her mama did not go so well, but based on not him and her mama, but him and her. They got into a whole little, not scuffle, a disagreement, okay, a little fight, a little fussing went on last time. And for him, he like, I left and I went to the hotel. I know she got home safely, but again, we ain't talking. It's been like 2 days, okay? And Ryan and Don both like, dude, bruh, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't how it go. That's not what you should be doing. She is hormonal. She is tired. She is pregnant. All these things are going on her body, and you have to just suck it up and take it, okay? Because when y'all fuss or whatever, even you walking away not being there is causing her more stress and more of a disconnect between you two. And I like when Don, was it Don? Either Don or Ryan said how the main thing Thor has to realize is that you have to co-parent with her, okay? You have to co-parent with her because if you don't, things won't be good, okay? And it's true. Co-parenting is the key to having a child grow up better than he would or she would when the parents out here fussing and cussing and, always, breaking up or whatever. And so for Thor really wants to just be comfortable, okay? He feel like I don't want to have to be out here stressing or whatever based on me and her beefing. I don't want my child growing up in a household with me and the mama fussing because I grew up around that and I don't want that for my child. Now, what Thor did say was that he wants to make sure that because he see how she act now, he don't know if she may ever try to keep the child with him. So he wants to do the things and get things in writing. He won't go down to the court system, Kevin. He wants to be sure that he will always be able to be in his child's life, even if the mom on some bullshit. And truth be told, there are some moms who will keep the baby from the father. The issue I have with four is four, you already running away because you and her beefing out. So I feel like don't do that once the baby's born. Okay? But I digress. Now, Don tell him like, look, we gonna support you in whatever you want to do in life, okay? That's what we want for you. However, we do see that you and her do not need to be in the whole relationship right now. You don't need it, okay? And Ryan kind of said the same thing too. Say the same thing too. But I was like, it's just some foolishness. Because I do believe if y'all were not in any kind of committed relationship before she got pregnant, her being pregnant should not push y'all to then become a couple. If that's not where y'all were, y'all can just co-parent. Like it can happen. If you take your feelings out, co-parenting can work sometimes. Okay. Now when he at the studio later, and he had to working on some music for us, he gets a text from Nina that says, well, since when you can't like really see eye to eye, I'm gonna go ahead and move out. I'm pick up all my shit and I'm leaving. I'm going. I'm done. Okay. And four is like upset. Oh, now she's going to leave. She's been wrong all this time, and now all of a sudden she don't see she wrong, and she wants to move out. I'm like, but you don't even want to be with her for. So why are you upset that she wants to move out? You don't want to be with her in that way, okay? So for you get it together, bro. Get it together. Now we then see Charmaine. Okay, Charmaine is still trying to get artists for the second city or whatever, and so she calls Heaven. Now Heaven was on last season. Okay, let's pull up Heaven. Heaven was on last season, but Heaven has since transitioned into Heaven. I cannot remember what her name was last season. For the life of me, was it last season? Yeah, it was last season. I can't remember what her name was last season, but she brought up how she was so uncomfortable when she was him last season, and how once she put on a wig and put on some makeup, she finally felt like she was herself. So she's transitioning to be who she is, and now she feels entirely comfortable. And I can say last season I didn't see her feeling uncomfortable, but I did feel like she could be a she. I felt that, but you never want to push that on someone. But it's a great thing to see her live her best life now as Heaven, and Heaven will be coming back to the tattoo shop to work part time because everybody want to check. You know what I'm saying? Now a conversation between Kitty, Drea, and Charmaine. Now when Drea and Kitty got to the shop, okay, wasn't nobody there. Okay, it's empty as can be. But I feel like Drea being unhappy with the shop being empty to me means, well, that means you don't have no clients. You know what I'm saying? Like a part of being an artist is promoting yourself to where people want to come see you. So how you upset that where you work don't have clients for you, but it seems you don't have clients for yourself. I'm leave that be. Now we also see that Charmaine had hired Prince's brother to come in to do piercings at the shop, and he came in with 3 clients. So I'm like, that's what you're supposed to. If you are an artist, come in with your own clientele. Okay, do that. But Drea also brings up how you ain't shit around the shop working. This is broke. That ain't here. Like it's just we need an office, not an office. We need a shop manager who know what the tattoo artists need because if it's on bullshit, if we don't have that, and Charmaine out here, she's just not organized, and we don't want to have that happen. So when Charmaine come around and she came in with a guy who she was trying to hire to do tattoos, and while talking to him, her dad called her on the phone. And it was so sad, okay, because her dad called her, throughout the day, and the guy was in her office when she was talking to her dad. And her dad she's like, "No, Dad, how you doing?" And he's like, "I don't, they took some more tests today." And even it's like, "I'm not feeling too good, Charmaine. Um, I'm tired." You know what I'm saying? And I've never been this. I've never been. I've never been. I never felt this bad. And so he said, like, I know I'm not going to make it much longer. And she was like, Dad, of course, started crying. He's like, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. You know what I'm saying? Because it's nothing we can do. And it's clear that her father has accepted, because he has stage 4 cancer and he's not getting better. And he know this. So the good thing for her, in my opinion, is she's able to have these conversations with him before he, can't, say we want or whatever. Um, and so, and they say some people know when they gonna go, and it's okay to allow them to, emote if that's how they feel. And even him telling her, like, don't cry, because it's nothing we can do. I feel like I'm not going to get better because I'm getting worse and worse and worse. And it's hard because, again, we do know that, he passed away. So when Kitty comes in, Kitty came in for one to tell the guy who was in there to leave, like, no, come on out, because they was filming the scene, and she's like, this is my dad, and so of course, but they kept recording, and for me, I felt like, Kitty coming in and talking to her, and just telling her, we support you, we love you, you can also, lean on us, and the issue I have with Charmaine right here is, and I agree with Kitty, Charmaine is using the shop to distract her from her dad's health, and she's trying to take on too much, but she can't do it because she's trying to do it all, but it's still not working, and you need someone to help you. And while I get her saying she does not want to totally give up on the shop how she did when her mom passed away, she wants to be, she said, like, people, lose people or whatever in life, and some people don't, you can't sit around and not do nothing. She's like, I don't want to sit at the hospital all day. I'm like, bitch, I would look, look, back on screen. Okay, back on screen. If I had the opportunity to be around my loved one in those moments, I would, if I could do that and not have to worry about paying bills because I'm good, bitch, I'm there. Bitch, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? So a part of me feel like she's doing the complete opposite of what she should do. Like, no one's saying to give up on the business, but you have people around you that could help you have things run while you're tending to your father. Okay. And so I just don't want her to use that as the excuse, but still not be making the right decisions for the shop and still not being fully there for the shop, because you need to sit down, chill out, and deal with your father and you being pregnant. And it's a repetitive thing of your mom. It's a whole lot. But I feel like, it's true. No one wants her to sit around and just like say fuck everything. But you have people who can make the shop run. And I feel like she's not using them, but she's also not doing it herself. So it's like shit is sitting stagnant because she's so preoccupied with her dad. You know what I'm saying? So, and plus she's pregnant at this point in time. So you know what I mean? Anyway, so her and Drea talk, that's Charmaine Andrea saying like what the shop is missing based on what the artists need, and Charmaine saying she needs help, but she is Kitty then said, well, clearly she don't want my help because I'm telling her I'm here to help her and she won't let me help, but she telling Drea that she wants the help. So I'm like, girl, we see next week. It's gonna be a whole fight happening. I'm gonna leave that be. But again, when they discussed a tattoo convention too, so and when Charmaine said she think the artists should pay their way at a convention, you seen Drea look like, bitch, what? If we paying our own things, then why are we going for you? So I mean, we're gonna see what happens with that. Now we do see a short scene. Kitty wants to learn a tattoo. We see her talking to Prince, who's right there with the little dreads, and then Steven. Is it Steven or Stephen? I don't know. Dude from London. And Prince want to teach Kitty to tattoo because Kitty wants to have people stop saying she don't know shit about tattooing, and so that's why she don't be doing much. And I'm like, Kitty, if you are the the branding manager, there's a lot to do within that realm that doesn't require you to have to do anything with the tattooing. It's weird to me that she's been working with them, black in general, even in New York for a while now, and you don't need to be the shop manager. You don't need to manage the artist, but I do feel like there's a lot you could do if you just do it. Okay. I do think they do need a shop manager, and I do think the person should know shit about tattooing and what's needed. I do, but that person and Kitty could also work together. I'm gonna leave that be. So again, we'll see what happens with that. We do see four need to have a conversation. Four to me is on bullshit because four, on one hand, like we be beefing and we don't need to be together. But he get home and she's packing to leave, and he's kind of upset. I'm like, how the fuck are you upset when you don't want to be with her? I'm like, dude, make it make sense. Please make it make sense. He gonna say, oh, he's gonna leave without saying bye. I'm like, nigga, what? And she's like, I haven't talked. You haven't called. I haven't like we haven't talked. So what you mad for? What's going on? And clearly she wants to be with him. Okay, but she also realized he don't want to be with her. And that's where the disconnect comes from. And so he tells her how, well, one, I ain't moving out so fast. And two, what I'm saying, I want to take a DNA test simply because I want to establish paternity so that I can, get some parental rights. Okay, just so that, before he's even here, we have things set in stone. And while I do think, this is the wrong time to bring it up, I don't think it's the wrong time to do it. I do think him doing that, this means he wants to be in his child life. I think for a daddy who, wasn't around or whatever, is the real reason for his adamant about being in a child life who, he's the daddy of. And so I commend him for wanting to say, like, look, the DNA test I want has nothing to do with me thinking the baby ain't mine. But in order for me to get parental rights legally, I have to have proof that I'm the father. So, it really had nothing to do with, it might not be my kid. But the thing is, I want to have rights to my child. And to do that, I have to do this. I'm happy that she didn't like say no to it. She just wanted like, it ain't, it's his, and he like, that ain't the thing. But he also told her how, I don't want you having to be stressed, moving, looking for a place and all that. So you stay here and I'm gonna move out. So that way you comfortable. And I'm like, well, I think that's okay, that's fine. But I mean, he could have said that earlier. He also said he did not think that she would move out like the following day when she texted him and said that she was gonna move out. I said she's probably planning it, but we're gonna see how that go. We do see Don go and chit chat with Charmaine at Second City England. This is the first time he's been there. And it's not weird, but it's pretty well weird. But they had been beefing the past couple of seasons, based on I think maybe 2 or 3 seasons ago when they was all on that trip, and Don some kind of way thought it would be funny or smart to spread a rumor that Charmaine like sucked Van dick or whatever, or was messing with Van, and that's what she was with Neek. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, Don, it was dumb. And we see him on camera like talking to the producers about it. But he say Van kind of said it, and then he just ran with it or whatever. And so when it all came up, Don was one of the ones who said it. So Charmaine had been mad since then. So they haven't really been on the best terms. But not only that, you know, they, Don was cheating on Ashley in season one with Charmaine. So that was really how we were introduced to them as people, where Don and Charmaine was like fucking in the bathroom, and he had a whole girl at that time. Ashley was his girlfriend, but again, so they have a a history of some craziness or whatever. So again, but I also feel like that could be water under the bridge. But I think Don apologized for the van shit. I'm not sure. But again, while they still been talking to somebody on her dad's, team or whatever you recall, which McDonald asked how you doing, and Charmaine brings about, well, he's not doing too good. And I like how Don told her, you just kind of you can take a step, take a breath, and just kind of, saying work through it. Don't be moving so fast, basically to like get over it, or not address it. And she tells somehow her dad has requested to go back home to Louisiana because he wants to be in hospice in his own house. He wants to live out his last days, at home. And his sister will, so Charmaine's aunt will move in with him and be there with him until he passes away because he's that sick right now. Because again, he has stage 4 cancer, and Don is brought up how he gets it because when Ashley's mom has stage 4 liver cancer, no liver failure. liver failure, and they didn't know how bad it was until she died. So he like, as he was going through by losing her mom, and the way she kind of got through was she started working out with Don, and now she looks fucking amazing, okay? And so he then said that's why he wanted to open a gym, because he's seen how much, it helped him, it helped his wife get through things and whatnot. He also is now inviting, Charmaine down to the opening, because again, you want to have people supporting people and businesses supporting businesses. So I mean, it makes sense. Now, when Charmaine gets home and tells Neek, okay, that Don has invited me to the gym, he was like, he's a scumbag. He's a scumbag. Like, why would we even invite you to anything? You should never ever, trust him. You should never ever want to see him. I was like, damn, Neek. But Neek had a point, simply because Neek thing was he put a body on you. He lied on you. And so, that was some bullshit he did. So how could you ever want to, be around or support anyone who's done that to you? And why I 100% get what Nick is saying, I 100% agree with him. I also feel like Nick is wrong too. And let me say why. Neek has, because, and Charmaine did say, like, I get your point, but I 100% get your point, but I don't want to be a hater and not be supportive and try to not move on from it. And the reason I feel like Neek is wrong for telling her that she should never want to support any, support Dom basically, is because if that was the case, Charmaine shouldn't be on the show, because the show is called, Black King Crew. And if Charmaine and or Nick was so offended by what Don said, why stay on the show if you do not want to be around Don? When I feel like they all know eventually they're gonna all have to be around each other, and so that's that. So I feel like if Nick feel like Don is a piece of shit and she should not do anything with him, then she should leave the show, because eventually she's gonna have to be around them and deal with them or whatever, because we've seen enough of the show having them separate and that didn't work. And so I think now they realize, okay, no, we all have to get along and be around each other. And that's how we work. And so I feel like, again, if Neek feel Don a piece of shit, and if Neek feel, because again, Don said it, for it, like nobody defended Charmaine when all that bullshit went down. Because at that point, they all had been beefing for a couple seasons. And so no one kind of got involved at all. So that's, I think, if Neek was so offended, why are y'all back on the show? Because it's not enough things going on at Second City Inc. for y'all to be separate. And she hanging out with Ryan too. And so I'm like, at some point you have to want your wife, and I feel like Charmaine wants to move on from it, move past it, and not bring it up, because it wasn't true. It was a lie. And we know it was a lie. And if anything, let Charmaine be around him to force Don to apologize for it. But don't have her be away from him as if, you know what I'm saying, it can be still floating out there. So I just felt like if he feel that strongly, then Charmaine should not do the show, because fuck them dudes. But I like the fact that she's on the show. I like that she wants to move on from it. And I like that she's like, okay, that happened. I can move past it, because again, Charmaine ain't innocent. Charmaine ain't innocent. Van ain't innocent. Dawn ain't innocent. Ford ain't innocent. We know damn show Ryan ain't innocent. So I feel like, let's not act like Charmaine is, what I'm saying, hasn't said things that wasn't true about other people too. And they had to forgive her, i.e. Ryan. So again, it's all shit they all need to work through and grow up and grow through. But I'm gonna leave that be. Don has the opening. It gets canceled because somebody tested positive for COVID or whatever, and so they have to cancel the event. He all sad and upset, and I would be too. But again, you can have it later. But yeah, that was the whole episode. I hope y'all enjoyed. I'll be back later on with other reviews. Other than that, I gotta go. I will see you when I see you. Peace.